Hi there, how are you?
How are you? I'm fine. What about you?
I'm doing okay. It's not things are not too bad here. What's your name?
My name is Ahmed. And
All right,
yours?
nice to meet you, Ahmed. My name
It's nice
is
to meet you.
Jessie.
It's nice to meet you.
All right, where are you from?
Yeah, I'm from Iraq.
All right, great.
Yeah,
I'm from Malaysia. So how are things in Iraq right now?
yeah, we are doing great because we follow the instruction of the government because
Okay.
they tell us, everybody tell us to stay at home.
Mm-hmm.
So we are actually in our homes and we just go out just for shopping
Mm-hmm.
and go back to our homes to do stuff and activity
Right.
inside our homes.
I see. I
So
see.
you are from Malaysia,
Yes, that's right.
yeah. So you pronounce it like Malaysia, like
Malaysia.
Malaysia, yeah. Also, we we pronounce it the same you Malaysia, but the native speakers that I spoke with them, tutors on Cambly, uh, they pronounce it like Malaysia.
Yeah,
So
some people do that.
so if I pronounce it like Malaysia, it's okay and it's correct.
Yeah, basically people have a couple of different ways of pronouncing it. Yeah.
So you mean Malaysia? It's correct.
Yes, some people would say Malaysia, some people say Malaysia. Uh,
Malaysia, yeah. And you live in Malaysia right now?
yes, I do.
So what's the sound beside you? I think
Okay.
the thunder.
Yes, it's thunder. It's raining outside.
Yeah, I feel oh, it's raining. Yeah,
Yep.
it's very cool.
It was.
I can feel it.
Is it very loud?
Here, no, I think no more raining because we are in summer season.
Okay, right, right.
Yeah,
No, I was
so
just
I
asking, like,
think
is the thunder very loud for you?
y yes, exactly, and I scared because I feel I like I watch a horror movie.
Okay. Well, it's afternoon here. It's late afternoon here, and it was actually I was just outside 2 hours ago because I went to the grocery
Yeah,
store, and it was
yes.
very, very hot and sunny outside 2 hours ago, and now it's raining.
So when you go outside, the weather it's good or it's raining.
It was
It
very
was raining.
hot. It was very hot. It was very sunny. But that's how it usually is in Malaysia. If it's very hot and sunny outside earlier, then there's a likelihood that it's going to rain later because when it's hot and sunny, that's when the storm cloud starts to build, and so we get very hot, very sunny weather early in the afternoon, and then late in the afternoon we get rain. That's exactly what's happening now.
I got you. So which state do you live?
I live
Which
in Kuala
city do you live in
Lumpur.
Malaysia? Kuala Lumpur. Is it the capital of
Yes,
Malaysia?
it's the capital.
Kuala Lumpur. So
Oh, but
I think
I actually forgot to let you know that I actually am waiting for a reservation. So if she calls, I
yeah,
have to go. But we can
yeah.
continue talking while in the meantime.
Yeah, so your reservation it's about how many minutes?
Well, actually, it's supposed to be right now, but she hasn't called, so I don't know if she's going to be here. So
Yeah, it's okay for
if she
me.
doesn't call, then we can continue talking
We can continue.
for
Yeah, yeah,
about
exactly.
12
Because
minutes because I have another reservation after that.
yeah, it's okay. Because I have never speak with Malaysian people,
Hmm.
This is the first time,
Right.
not in Cambly, but in first time in my life.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
so and so
Sure.
exciting.
Okay, sure. Right, we can just keep
Yes.
talking as long as my student doesn't call, you know. If she doesn't call, then we can just continue.
I hope they don't call you to continue with you and let me know about you and about your country.
Okay,
So
sure.
tell me about your country. I think the weather there, the humidity is very high all the year.
Yes, it's warm and humid the entire year. And
Yeah.
basically, we don't really have seasons. It's a tropical climate, so we have warm and humid weather the entire.
Typical climate.
Yes.
Yeah, typical. So typical climate like always hot and humid.
Yes.
So what about the winter season?
We don't have a winter season. It's always warm.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Always warm. So you don't have to put a coat or
No.
scarf.
The only reason why I have a coat is because I used to live abroad.
Oh my gosh.
If I didn't live abroad, I wouldn't need a coat. I would never have owned a coat.
Yeah,
Because
I got you,
here in
got you.
Kuala Lumpur,
Yeah.
the coolest weather that we might get in Kuala Lumpur is maybe if it's in rainy season at night, it may go down to 25 degrees Celsius. So that's the coolest weather that we would get in.
25 degree. This is the coolest
Yes.
weather.
Yes, in Kuala Lumpur, yes.
So the baddest weather, how's it like?
So the hottest
degree.
weather that we
Yeah.
would typically get in Kuala Lumpur is maybe 37 degrees Celsius.
37. Still good for me because here in Iraq, in the summer, the degree reached 50, 55
Right.
degree
Yeah.
in summer.
Yeah.
It's very hot.
And what about in winter? How cold does it get in the winter?
In the winter, it's like 10 and sometimes 5.
All right. That's
Yeah, in January.
not too bad.
In January 5 is this year the higher degree.
The highest,
it's about minus
temperature.
the highest temperature. It's about minus 5.
Okay. Oh, so that would be the lowest temperature. So if it's a minus temperature, when it's cold, you would say the lowest temperature.
The minus temperature low. So the lowest temperature.
So hot weather would be a high temperature. Cold weather would be a low temperature.
Yeah.
Okay. So where do you live in Iraq?
Yeah. I live in Baghdad. Also, I live in the capital.
I see. Right. So what is the situation like in Baghdad right now?
Yeah, very calm. Very calm at the day, but because all the people stay up all the night and sleep at the morning.
Okay.
because you know they don't have anything to do, any activity outside, so they spend all the night stay up.
Right. So they stay up all night. Okay.
All night.
Right. So what do they do when they stay up all night? Or what do you do? How are you spending your time?
Yeah, like watching movies,
Okay.
Reading a books, and some of them they are eating so much.
Yeah, I think so. And especially because like I know that a lot of people right now, they're staying at home and then they're cooking more and baking cakes and things like that, because these are all things
Exactly.
that they wanted to do, but before this they didn't really have the time, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But I think there's many people who benefit from this
Mhm.
quarantine. They create new things. They learn new
Mhm.
things. They developed
Right, they're like
themselves
learning new skills and things like that. What about
exactly,
you?
and
Are there any new skills that you are learning during the quarantine?
Yeah, I benefit from this quarantine to learn more about English.
Okay, all right.
So I benefit from these days because I want to busy my mind all the time.
Ah, right, right.
Uh, yeah,
I want to keep my
I
mind
want to
busy.
keep my mind busy.
Yeah, it's
I
the
want to
same for
keep
me as
my
well.
mind busy. So tell me about your career in teaching English.
Um,
How long have you been teaching English, or are you teaching in school? Do you teach adults, kids?
right. So I am called a tutor. I'm not a teacher because I don't have a teacher's license. So I don't. I only tutor on Cambly. I've been tutoring on Cambly for about a year. A little bit
Yeah.
over a year, I think. Yeah, about a year. Um,
Yes.
and before this, I was working as a photographer, and actually, I still work as a photographer now. But because of the
Yeah.
coronavirus, obviously, I can't do any work as a photographer. So I've been focusing
Yeah.
on tutoring on Cambly.
Yeah.
And yeah,
So
mostly I
so
would say mostly I tutor adults, but I do have a few children who take lessons with me quite often. Yeah.
you you have kids student here on Cambly or another
On
platform?
Cambly, yeah.
On Cambly, in the same app or another app?
Um,
Because so if I want my kids to participate in Cambly
mm,
Kids in the same app this, or
right,
I have to install another app?
right. I think there is a separate app for Cambly Kids. But I do have some kids who are on normal Cambly because they're not taking lessons. They're just sort of like practicing their reading or practicing their speaking skills. So they're not really here for lessons. So they are on normal Cambly,
Yeah.
not on.
So it's okay if
Yeah. Sorry, I was just turning off
it's
my air
okay if
conditioner. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, yeah. So it's okay if the kids, if my kids,
Mhm.
I wanted them to call tutors from Cambly on this application. It's okay
Um,
for with the tutors.
yeah, it is okay, but I do think it also depends on like what you want your kids to do, because the kids that I tutor on normal Cambly who are not on Cambly Kids, they're most of them are
Yeah,
pretty advanced already. And so, we either have conversations or we do some reading. Like there's one kid that I have from China who's I think he's like 9 years old, but he's already a pretty advanced speaker. And so, we're reading an ebook together, like we're reading a book about science together. So yeah,
that's
yeah.
awesome.
So I mean,
Do you enjoy when you teaching
well,
kids?
I mean, of course it depends. like I do get some kids like the ones who take regular lessons with me, and like for example the one that I just mentioned, that we read science books together, like that
Yeah.
is quite fun for me. because it's quite a nice change to talk to a kid sometimes, you know. And he's very smart. Like he's a very
Yeah,
advanced speaker, and he's very, very smart. So it's fun. It's fun to have a lesson with him. But then I've also had some kids who call in and they're not interested in doing anything. So they're just in front of the computer. And even when I try to get them to talk to me, they just like, they don't really respond. And you know that they're not really paying attention. So that's really hard. And, you know, in those kinds of cases, I feel like it's not productive for either of us, you know? So,
yeah, exactly. You feel bored because you can't help this
right.
student.
It's like, okay, I don't know how to help this student if they're not going to pay attention and they don't want to do anything. They like when you ask them sometimes, you know, do you want to have a conversation? And they say no. Do you want to read? No. Do you want to play a game? No. So it's like, okay, I don't
No.
know what to do, you know? Yeah. It's like they don't want to do
Yeah,
anything. So
exactly.
what am I supposed to do?
Yeah, I'm a teacher and I want to learn you some
Right.
teach you some English
Yeah.
lessons. Like me, when I when I try to my
Mm-hmm.
daughter try to have a conversation on
Mm-hmm.
Cambly for five
Okay.
minutes. Uh, I I sit
Mm-hmm.
beside her and I
Mm.
help her if she don't know the question from
Mm-hmm.
the tutor. Also, I help her to
Mm.
answer. uh, yeah, she is very
Oh,
shy
okay.
person.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, but she's doing
Mm.
well because she also love to learning
Okay. All
English.
right. That's great. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
definitely, if a parent, you know, if they feel more comfortable being with the parent there, then you know that's okay too. You know, I have encountered
yeah,
though, like there
exactly.
have been a couple of students that I've had where you know the parent was there, but then um, it's almost like the parent is the one who's giving directions. So it's like you know, so sometimes I've had some parents that were quite um like I don't want to like I understand that parents want to help their children, but sometimes I get parents who
Yes,
like when I am talking to the student, they are also talking and trying to give instructions to the student, and the student gets confused about who they need to listen to because I'm saying something else and the parent
yes,
is saying something
exactly.
else, and the
Yes.
parent is like pressuring the kid, and you can see the kid is like getting more and more stressed because he doesn't know who to listen to.
Yes.
So then, um,
Yeah,
yeah, so in
exactly.
cases like that, I feel like you know, I mean, I understand that parents are trying to help, but then sometimes they kind of have to let the kid figure things out for themselves, you know? Because most of the time, I find that even if sometimes the kid has a little bit of trouble, but you know, if they still get a sense of satisfaction and they're pretty happy when they figure something out by themselves, you know. So usually I try to encourage parents, like, you know, if you want to be there for encouragement, that's fine, but you know, just for encouragement, don't like, you know, pressure the kid and stuff like that, because I've definitely seen some parents doing that. Like even sometimes, for example, if I'm asking them a question, and you know, sometimes you have to give a little bit of time for them to think about what they want to say, and then the parent is like, no, no, answer this, and the parent is like telling them what to say, you know.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
mean,
They push
right,
their
yeah. So they're
kids.
pushing their kids,
Yeah,
and
and this is more stress
right,
for
yeah,
them.
and the parent is telling them what to answer, and I think like I don't think that really helps the child, you know, because the child has to be able to think for themselves what they want to say. If we are constantly giving them the answer, then they're not really learning anything.
Yeah, they need the kids. They need to
Yeah,
took a minute or a
yeah,
few seconds
yeah,
to think how to
exactly.
answer, and they think about
Mhm.
your
And that's
question,
okay, you
and
know, because
they are
yeah,
still a
and
kids.
it's okay.
Yeah,
a bit
very
of
okay.
time to
Yes.
think of what their answer should be, because you know, that is actually something that we want to encourage them. We want to encourage them to think about what they want to say.
Yes, exactly. So you mentioned you are a
Yes.
photographer. I think this is your
Oh,
hobby.
well, no, I've been a professional photographer for about 13 years.
13 years. So you like this your you can say this
Oh
your
yes,
career.
yeah. I've been a
Yeah.
professional photographer for many years now, and Cambly tutoring English is
Uh,
actually something that's new for me.
uh-huh. So yeah, you benefit from Cambly nowadays because you can work from
That's
home,
right.
and yeah, uh, I like your way to make a living because you know yeah because you're professional in photographer. So tell me about do you work on Photoshop software on
Yes, I
computer?
do a lot.
Uh-huh. So so that the reason you wear a glass
It's not.
because you're always focused. Yeah, because you're always
Well,
focused on
I
computer
started wearing
screen.
glasses when I was 9 years old.
Oh my gosh, that's a
Yeah,
long time.
and at that time we didn't have the internet at that time, so I don't think it was caused by screens. Yeah.
No.
But my
Yes,
eyesight has
exactly.
stayed quite stable for the past for the past 20 years. It's been very stable. I have not really changed my like the prescription on my glasses, so yeah, it's quite
Yeah.
stable.
So yeah, stable and stable
About
for how
20
long
years.
you think? It's very okay. So maybe you are use a filter when you read on
Oh,
computer
you mean the blue light
and
filter?
you keep no I you I
Uh-huh.
mean you and you keep a
Oh,
distance between you
right.
and the
I
computer to
Yeah, I try not to have the screen too close. So I actually my screen is about like that. Yeah,
exactly
yeah. So I try not.
yes. Yeah, yes, exactly. So, what do you picture, or how can
Okay.
I
So
answer?
what do you
What
photograph, or what
what
do
do you
you
photograph?
take photos of?
What do you
I,
can you
yeah,
write it
I
down?
wrote it for you. So these
What do
days,
you photograph, or what do you take photo of? Yeah, like you. I think there is a wedding
right? I
event.
started my career doing weddings, but I have not done any
Yeah,
weddings for 5 or 6 years now. These days, I work
yeah.
mostly in the studio, mostly doing product photography, but also a little bit of fashion and beauty photography as well.
And you have experience with kids because I know the kids it's not very easy to
Right.
make them calm because they're always
Yeah, that's
moving.
right.
So do you have experience
A little
with
bit.
kids?
Usually, when I got clients who asked about kids, I would usually send them to other photographers who specialize in kids. So I did not.
So you don't like you don't like
Um,
to spend
I
more
mean,
time
it's
with
not that I
kids, you
don't like
know?
kids, but I think that every photographer has something that they are good at, and I just knew a lot of some other people who were better at photographing kids than I was. Yeah,
Exactly. So you mean you're specialized just for uh, you are professional in wedding
no,
events,
I don't do
photo?
weddings anymore. I started my career doing weddings and for several years, but These days, I do
Yeah.
mostly studio photography, focusing on product photography and fashion photography. Yeah.
Like a model's girl. You
Yes,
photo them.
sometimes. Yeah. But mostly product
Mm-hmm.
photography.
So you have. Uh, I can't hear you. What? Can you repeat it?
Is it because of the internet or is it the thunder?
Mm, no, I think
Oh,
it's a
all
lag
right,
of
okay.
the internet.
Right, I do.
Yeah, no, it's okay with this sound. I think I am in a horror movie,
Okay, right.
so it's okay.
I do mostly product photography. So the company that I work for does uh, sells things like handbags and shoes and accessories like fashion items. So that's mostly what I photograph these
Hmm.
days.
So you have a studio
Right.
in the same neighborhood.
No, not in the same neighborhood. The office. I have a studio at the company's office, um, and it's about 20 minutes away from me.
About
Yeah,
20 minutes
from
away
me.
from
Yes.
you.
Yeah. So it
Yeah.
takes about
Okay.
20 minutes for me to go there.
That's
It's not that far.
yeah. So tell me about your work. You used the
Hmm.
cameras and
Hmm.
more lights and focusing
Hmm.
when you picture when you take a picture on as you said on the accessories like
Yeah.
bags, shoes. Tell me more about
Right.
this.
So.
Like you because because also I like photos. I take pictures and photography, but
Uh,
I'm not a professional. But I learned because it's helped me because I sell clothes for kids
okay.
online in Facebook. So I am always taking pictures
Okay.
to the clothes and upload
Right.
it to the Facebook. I have what do you call it? Lights
Hmm.
or
Lights. Right.
yeah, I
Yeah.
have
For for
lights.
for for
Yeah,
to take the photos. To take the
for
photos,
what?
right? You have lights. Yeah.
Yeah, I have lights, and I can control the lights and turning from white to the
Okay.
yellow
All
light.
right. Yeah.
Am I right? Yeah, and but I take a picture
Uh huh.
on my phone.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
Am I right when I say from my iPhone
Okay.
or
So
on my
I
phone? I think from my phone
let's
it's okay.
say I take
I
photos on my phone, or you can say I take
on
photos
my phone,
with my
yeah,
phone.
yeah,
Yes.
with
So
my
both of
phone.
them would be okay.
I take photo. Yeah, yeah. So tell me about your
Okay, right.
experience
So
with
so
this.
at the company that I work for, and I only go there about once a week. Yes,
Wow.
that was definitely a huge one.
It's
Yeah.
gathering.
I don't know. I wonder where my cats are. Usually my cats are here with me in my room when there's a thunderstorm. Maybe I Yeah,
Yeah, because she's
she might be
scared.
under my bed. Sometimes they do that. Right. Yeah, so for
Yeah.
me, um, I take pictures of the products for our website, but they also take photos. They also need
Yeah.
photos for their marketing campaigns and for their social media. And so for their social media, they actually usually just use their phones as well, and the results are actually quite good because I think yeah, I think one of the main things that make a photo look good is actually the lighting. And so if you can find good lighting, you can
Yeah.
actually take really nice photos even just using your phone. So that's what they do a lot of the time for their social media posts.
Yeah, I think the secret it's about
It's okay.
yeah, you know, I feel I live right now there, but when I yeah, but when yeah, I focusing on
Uh-huh.
the weather, but I remember I here in my country and I I look it's very nice weather and sunny day,
Right.
so I your weather make me confusing.
I can try to move away from the window
But in
if that's
no, no,
okay.
it's okay. I like it.
Okay, all
Love the
right.
rain
Okay, okay.
so much.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. You were
So your reservation student
yeah, she no, she
didn't
didn't call.
call
And I
you?
guess my next reservation is also not calling, I guess, because I had another reservation after that and they haven't
Ye-
called. So,
Yeah, you
it's
told me
okay.
yes. So yeah, it's okay. Yeah, but I have to end
Okay.
our calls because because I have activity
Mm,
outdoor
okay.
out
No
there.
problem. But
Yes. So I want to I want to
yes,
thank
thank you
you
very
for
much
your
for
time,
calling.
for your patience. Yeah. And I will call you
Okay, sure. I
in
look
another
forward to
time.
that. And if you would like to, if you'd like to make a reservation, you are also welcome. Thank
Yeah.
you so much for
Thank you
calling.
so much. Thank you. I
Okay, take care.
appreciate your kind.
Bye.
Yeah, exactly. Goodbye.